Welcome back to Lunch Break. I'm Wendy Bounds. A new generation of younger buyers, they are skipping the starter home and they're betting big on high-end real estate. Now, how is this influx of new wealth going to affect the dynamic of the real estate market? Well, we've got reporter Lauren Schuker Blum joining us right now from Beverly Hills with the story. Lauren, appreciate your being here. Fascinating to me because these large swaths of 20-somethings, they're plunking down $1 million or more for their first home. Has the real estate market ever seen anything like this?
Brokers are telling me no, and they're really surprised by the number of young folks they're seeing in the property market who are hungry for really high-end properties. So, it seems like a very new phenomenon. Of course, the market does go up and down, but again, brokers say they've never seen so many young people in the high-end market.
All right, make me jealous here. Let's have a few examples of these eye-popping sales. Tell us about them.
Brokers are seeing this across the country, the phenomenon. In Miami on Fisher Island, which is a kind of members-only, very exclusive residential island off the coast there, Fernanda Bidigal has bought a sort of $2.2 million condo with floor-to-ceiling windows and marble floors, and she's actually renovating it for another $1 million. She's only 33, so that's one buyer. We've also seen, a number of heiresses from abroad who are making huge purchases. The Ecclestone sisters have spent, in excess of $150 million on huge properties. Petra Ecclestone bought the Spelling Mansion in Beverly Hills. Ekaterina Ryabolova, who's a Russian heiress, bought the most expensive apartment to ever close in Manhattan, which was an $88 million penthouse on Central Park. So we're just seeing massive purchases by folks, in their early 20s.
Now you mentioned folks who may be heiresses or may inherit a large fortune, but how much are parents coming into play if it's not, an incredible amount of wealth, but how much are parents coming into play on a lower level, giving children money to use this as an investment into real estate?
A lot. Brokers are saying they're seeing many more parents help their kids, invest in buy a home. And part of that is real estate has gotten more expensive, and so a lot of kids need a boost or a little help from their parents. But in terms of more modest apartments, we're seeing, parents buy, $1.5 million apartment for their kids. I spoke to Olivia Waldman, who works in New York, and she wanted to buy an apartment. Her parents said, why don't we buy it? You pay the maintenance, and we can buy a more expensive property if we pool our resources. So we're seeing a lot more of that, in many different cities.
And you almost can't blame them if you look at what's happening with the stock market and all the uncertainty there. You can hardly blame them for going into real estate. Lauren Schuker Blum.
Yes.
Yeah, Lauren Schuker Blum, thanks so much for being with us. She's in Beverly Hills. More in our real estate section on WSJ.com/real estate.